All right, well, welcome to our team benefit call for tonight. It's September 1st, holy cow. And I am so excited that it's September. I was kind of over August. Was anybody else just over August? um, Ready to move on? So yeah, that's how I was. Even though, I mean, it was a good month, but you know, a lot of times just by the end of the month, you're ready to start over fresh. So let's see. That means we've got September, October, November, December. That's 4 more months. We're 2/3 of the way through this year, and that's good, but it also means it is go time. Um, so there's a lot of fun, exciting things happening on the team right now, and I just feel like our momentum is like ready to explode. So I want to do a little bit of recognition, a little bit of announcements, but then I kind of just want to share all of the different things that have been coming at me. And I think they've been a long time coming, like it just seems like this year to me has been a year of transformation. And I kind of think that in a way, it's kind of a weird thing to say, but I kind of think it's pretty darn cool that the lesson that I've learned is that rank does not equal leadership. There are leaders on our team who are absolutely leaders on our team that are not diamonds or, this or that. Rank does not equal leadership. Rank will come as a result of leadership, but it's not, your value as a human being and as a coach does not lie in rank. So that has been a great lesson to learn the hard way. And so starting the year, within a couple weeks into January was down to 2-star. I'm still officially in the online office at 2-star, but man, I feel so much better as a coach and as a human being and as a leader than I did 8 months ago. Like crazy business. So that's been, of course, a result of personal development. And just think of all of the different things that we as a team have learned over the last 8 months that have changed our business. I mean, think how positive our open houses are now. And the systems that we've got in place for coach onboarding and Asana and the Diamond Dash and like all of these things that are just new. So anyway, very, very cool and exciting. Love you. Here, come and get on the camera. Come here. Oh, she's a turd. Okay, so recognition. Okay, so right now we have lots of new coaches, and I don't even know who all has new coaches. Are there any new coaches on the call tonight? Looking through, Christy is pretty darn new, and Kelly's still pretty new. All right, and then let's see, we've got a caller, but I can't tell who the phone number belongs to. So, okay, good night, love you. Okay, so maybe Anna Lee is on. So welcome, Anna Lee, if you're on the call for the very first time. So anyway, right now, of course, most people still have goose eggs because it is the first day of the month. So that's okay. But I will say I have a brand new coach who, Katie Catherine Daly von Heimberg, and she already has points on the board. It is her first day as a coach, and she is sharing, and I'm just incredibly proud of her and her determination to change the lives in her own house as well as other people that she cares about. So very cool. And Diamond Dash, I posted the video about that. It was kind of a crappy video, which I apologize for because I was in a hurry getting to the dentist, but I wanted to get something out there. So if you guys have questions, let me know, or if you want me to just do another video, I will. But I was kind of just doing everything really fast, and so I do apologize for that. The Diamond Dash, I did say, but I want to kind of restate how much more how much better I feel about this one than I do the last one. The last one I was as excited about, but going through it the first time, of course, we learned a lot. And we even as leaders had major burnout. So I'm A, very excited that it's only going to be 6 weeks. B, I'm even more excited that it's going to be more application focused versus training focused, because we had what I think was like the very best training ever in our last Diamond Dash. But I think a lot of that could have come after somebody hits Diamond. I don't know that that training was all necessary in order to hit that rank. Then what I would like to see, even if it's not as a huge group combined with other elite coaches, but even as a team, those of us that complete the Diamond Dash, I would love then to piggyback, maybe take a week or two break or whatever, but then piggyback on top of that and really go into a short, maybe 10-day group that is that goes over the leadership ladder that corresponds with that. Because here you're a new diamond, but we know that's not where it ends, and we know that that doesn't mean that you have a stable business. There's other pieces to that, you know, whether it's helping your coaches hit Success Club or just have points on the board, period, or whether it's volume. And we just need an all well-rounded, stable business that is not going to be falling here and there and everywhere, because that's just stressful. So nobody wants that. So my goal would be in those 6 weeks, we pop a bunch of diamonds. Then afterwards, we take a deep breath, have a little bit of downtime, and then we do, and I don't see that the leadership ladder training would be anything, you know, like intense or with accountability, but just more of a learning and guiding type 10-day group. And that way you feel confident as a new leader, a new diamond on the team. So that's what I have going on in my head for that. The other major two things are, you've probably started seeing me posting about the Miracle Morning, and I'm going to be just continuing until every person on the whole wide team has read that book and at least has tried it. Because it can be life-changing. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, some of these things that I was doing, and I think they are the reason that I've been as successful as I have, but I was not doing them with consistency, or I wasn't doing them with consistency, or what's the word I'm looking for? It's not so much intention, because I have been doing some of them intentionally, but I haven't been doing them all the way right away and with a happy heart. That's what I'll say, that to use our own little taglines. So basically it includes, it's not just that we read for personal development. Personal development is so much more than just reading or listening. And I think that's where I've gone wrong. There are these other application pieces to personal development that I haven't been doing. And so I haven't known to pass that on to other people. You know, like you only know what you know. And so now like this whole world has opened up to me, and I'm like, you know, the angels are singing, and I'm waking up early in the morning, and I'm doing these things, and I'm not dreading it. And as funny as it sounds, I don't have it here by my desk, but I should have, because it would have been funny. But there's a, maybe I'll post it. I'll post it after the team call. There is a bedtime affirmation. And so it started, I printed it out, and I started reading it out loud in bed, more as a joke, you know, like you can picture me saying in funny voices, you know, like sort of cheesy Anthony Robbins type stuff, you know, like, I will wake up at 5 and I will be happy and I will be excited. You know, like just, it sounds funny, especially when you're saying it and you're really tired at night. But anyway, I actually have read it out loud, and I'm sure Matt is just rolling his eyes every time that he hears it. But since I've been doing it, I'm getting up and I'm getting my Miracle Morning hour done first thing in the morning, and we're finished exercising by 7, and the whole day goes that much stronger. And I still feel like I'm going strong. And while the Energize is right by my desk, I haven't drank any since, 6 this morning. So I think that's pretty good. Miracle Morning, Miracle Morning, Miracle Morning. Get your hands on it like now. It's a really easy to listen to book, but I will say I plan on getting the paper copy as well, because I do think that there are going to be things that I'm going to want to reference back to. So just to kind of give you the heads up, if you're a paper person or audio person. And that will be one of the prerequisites slash like expectations for the Diamond Dash. For those of you that are participating in that, we will be doing miracle mornings every day of the Diamond Dash. And then as long as you've started that book, by the time it starts, I think you're okay. I don't expect, I mean, like I said, it's quick and easy, so I think you could easily read it before the entire Diamond Dash starts. But if you use that as your personal development during the Diamond Dash, I think that's totally acceptable as well. No, the one that I saw, Renee asked if I'm reading the one for salespeople or the regular one. I'm reading the regular one. The only other one that I saw said for real estate. And I didn't know how much that would throw me off. Because yes, they're both sales, but that one, it said real estate. And I didn't see one that just said sales on Amazon, but maybe I missed it. Actually, it was on Audible because I'm listening to it on Audible. So maybe there is another one in paper, but I just didn't realize it because I'm doing the Audible one. So yeah, so that's Miracle Morning, and I'm going to leave the rest of that up to you guys to figure out what it all means and how you can apply it, but really powerful stuff. And look past our our preconceived ideas of affirmations, look past preconceived ideas of just spending time being quiet and just do it. And do it for a while, and then decide. Okay, then what is the most biggest? Well, I don't even know. That was pretty big. The next thing is challenge groups. So I was on a mastermind call today talking about challenge groups with some other coaches, and if you've been around as a coach for a while, we've run the gamut as far as ideas about challenge groups. Do we keep a challenge group and then take people out at the end of the month and then put new people in? Do we completely close down groups and then start new groups? Do we have free groups? Do we have big groups? Do we each do a challenge group? Like, there's been so many different things that we've tried, and I still felt like I found what was just quite right. I don't know. Somebody unmute yourself and let me know if it's just me, or have you guys felt the same way?
I felt the same way.
Yeah. What are your thoughts as far as how we're doing it now, and what are the pros and cons, or what would you like to see, if you even do know what that might be?
I don't know. I don't know what the answer necessarily is, because I've been trying all the different ways we've been trying it, and it's the same way. At first, I wasn't sure I liked the first week being just like an intro, but the more I think about it, the more I do kind of like that, because it does give everybody that, especially if they're still waiting on their challenge pack, they don't feel behind.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm excited to see how this app, because I got in and for our boost thing. So I'm excited to see how that's going to go. I don't know. That doesn't, I guess, answer our question as far as taking people in and out and whatnot. But
yeah,
I don't know, because the more we move people around and take people out and start new ones, then I feel like people are getting left out, because then I forget somebody who's like my friend, for example, Beth Rodesky.
Okay.
It's almost a year now. She has been with us almost every month in a challenge group. The girl is amazing, but like, she's not in one right now because I forgot to make sure because I didn't have anybody new to add.
Yeah.
That's the only thing about taking people out and starting or closing one down and starting a new one. But I don't know what an answer would be.
Okay, so here is a potential answer. Okay. Mm-hmm. So here we go. I'm going to try my best to explain it clearly. We have basically here's what it looks like, and then I'm going to kind of give my suggestion on how we could learn the system, okay? It's called what I would call a revolving challenge group. So the idea would be, and I'm just going to use myself as an example, like I am the coach of the challenge group. So let's say I have a challenge group. I add anybody who has or has been on Shakeology to my challenge group if they want to be. Like some people don't want to be in the challenge group, but it's not going to be a requirement that they post every day. It would be more along the lines of where some people just have huge free groups where they put all of their interested participants in there. And actually, it's your business. You could run it that way. You can decide, like, I believe Amy Silverman, Amy Silverman, who's a top 10 coach, she requires that people have a challenge pack in order to be added to her huge group. Chelsea Pearson, who is also another top coach, she has a huge group that she runs like that, she just throws everybody in. She does not require a challenge pack for her group. So that is a personal decision that you have to decide whether or not what is right for you and your business. The pro of adding people without a challenge pack is that they will see other people talking about Shakeology and potentially order it, right? The con is that you're giving people your time that have not necessarily bought into what you're selling. So that's totally up to you. And like I said, both of them are top 10 coaches, and they're both successful doing it different ways. So that's a decision that you will have to make for yourself. Now, let's just say that either way, we've got this big group of people. For me, if I decide that I'm going to include everybody, challenge packers or no challenge packers, into that group, the parameter that I'm going to put on that is that if they want me to check in with them weekly and or daily, then they need to be challenge pack purchasers, because that is my time. That is really valuable to me, and that's one-on-one coaching. So if they want that piece, then yes, they need to order a challenge pack. That's what I'm planning on doing, because I've got a big network of people that have not ordered challenge packs, but yet I know that I could get them into a group, and that over time, every time that we have a new promotion come up, we get to post in that group and pull people in from that group, right? So can I help you? Yes, okay, thank you. So anyway, there could be a couple of different ways that you handle that. But basically, when we were talking through it on the mastermind today, I was thinking, okay, well then how are we going to start people? If it's a challenge group that goes on and on forever, how are you going to come up with like good new posts, or how are your new people going to get onboarded correctly if they're all starting at different times, right? So then it dawned on me, why not have a pinned post at the top of your challenge group page that is exactly like we have for the Coach Basics, where it has, a link. It wouldn't be as intense as the Coach Basics, because there's, not as much for a challenger, but week 1, or I would start with a prep week, then week 1 post, week 2 post, week 3 post, week 4 post, and after that they can stay in the group as long as they want. And then sometimes we know, even as coaches, like sometimes there's months that we just don't feel like we need to be part of the challenge group, but then we need to hop back in, and so that group is always going to be there for them. They will always be able to see posts and see other people engaging, and the people that want to go hardcore for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever, they can still be posting their happy and still be held accountable with us as their coach. So what I foresee the flow of it to be would be that people come into the group. They have their 4 weeks that they will go to seek out their specific post based on their timing. And as they exit that 4 weeks, they will stay in that group. If they become a coach, then they will then start a group of their own that is just like that. And what I would offer to do is that when we have new coaches that want to do that, I would suggest that maybe we take 2 or 3 or even 4 coaches, brand new baby coaches, and help them run their first just 3-week, like a 21-day or 30-day challenge group together that has a start date and an end date. And then after they've built that confidence, then we take all of the people that they have as their contacts and maybe even customers by then and put them into a group of their own. Because all of us, we're all coaches. We all need to be running our own challenge groups and getting leaders out there and leaders out there and leaders out there. And I don't feel like, even though we've been rotating who's facilitating, I don't see that we're growing enough as coaches, because we're still relying on the team group. Questions, because I know it's a really different concept. Brittany. Okay, so hold on. Let me catch up. Trying to think, Rachel. Let's see. Revolving group for everyone, then workout specific subgroups. Probably what I would do, because the revolving group, each one of us needs a revolving group, is what I'm saying. Because what happens is, then let's say you, Rachel, came into my big revolving group, right? And then you decide to become a coach. And in the 2 months that you were in my revolving group, you added your friends, because it's a free group, right? You added some of your friends to that free group. And then at the end of your 2 months, you're like, yeah, I think I might want to switch over to this coach thing and do something. And then I help you run your first challenge group. So I will be in a Facebook group with you for that 30 days and help you run that Facebook page. But then after that, it's basically like, how exciting would this be? Because you already have these people that are your followers, and we're going to be taking them off of my page. They don't need to be on my group anymore. We're going to take them off and put them on your home now. This is your home little tribe. That's what it is. We're building our own tribe of people to follow us and for us to be able to reach out to and communicate with every day. And then we've only got one group that we're posting in. One group that we're posting in instead of a bazillion. Now, what I would personally do, and of course, this is just an idea, so you guys can do whatever the heck you want, but in terms of workout specific things, what I would plan on doing is creating a file on that Facebook group page, or once we get to the app and are messing around with the app, I think we're going to end up being able to do pretty much the exact same thing. But I would create a file for each workout. And that way, when we have somebody coming in to do Beast, there's going to be Beast specific tips, tricks, posts, things to think about for you who are doing Beast. Does that make sense? So that's because I don't want another group. So let's see. Hold on. The Beast group for women. Yes, that I'm in that one as well. And yeah, that one's so that one's a revolving group. Oh, I'm with you now. I think I know what you mean. For me, I don't want to run another one though. I understand the concept of another workout specific group, but I only want to run one group. So I do think if somebody wants to create a master's hammer and chisel group that is an open, huge revolving group, you better believe that that one is going to grow just as big as the Beast for Women group is going to be at some point. I don't know if anybody wants to take that on. I don't, because I've already got my hands in too many things. And so, I don't know, maybe somebody's already started one and it's growing, but that would be a potential idea, because I know that whoever facilitates that Beast for Women group, surely to goodness, they're bound to come up with some customers and challengers and coaches from facilitating that group. I don't know. That's just a thought. So here's what we can do. And I want to make sure that everybody, A, understands, and B, is on board. I don't necessarily need to even take away the team challenge group if we want to continue doing that like once a month or something, and start one as a team and continue doing that the way that we've always done it. But I probably won't be leading it. I'll probably start leading my own big revolving challenge group. And if all of you want in that for the first 30 days to see how that's going and what that looks like, then I'm happy to do that. Does that make sense? Because I don't want anybody to feel like they're just being like cut off or left high and dry and don't understand what's going on, because that would just be really bad. So for now, why don't we just keep the team challenge group going, and people can still sign up for a week, and whoever wants to continue doing it that way can. And if there's somebody that wants to hop in the revolving group that I set up and see how that goes, or if you just want to start your own, then I think that's fine too. Would you guys be willing to unmute and give me feedback and questions and concerns so that we're all on the same page?
Okay.
I love this idea because I've actually thought about that for a long time, but didn't know if it was okay, because I've had people that have been in our free groups that I think if I could have kept them in a free group, maybe they would actually try the Shakeology and start, you know. So I really think it's a great idea. I love it.
So would you then start basically even if it's the free group that you've got going on now, would you then just turn that into the revolving group and then reach back out to the people that have been in your past free groups and say, hey, this is something new that I'm tweaking, and you're welcome back in it to hop in anytime?
Yep.
Okay.
And what I think I would do is have a paid group and then have them shift over to the revolving group when they were done with the paid group.
Yes. And that is similar to what we used to do. We used to have a VIP group. So that would be essentially what you're saying, after they pay and go through a 30-day challenge, then they go into the VIP group. And that's what that was. But at the time, since I was running the VIP group and then I was doing maybe 2 other real challenges at the same time, like then I was getting into 3 groups, and then I was doing the team page, and I was just like, and it was too much. So that was when I cut out my VIP group. But yeah, you start feeling like you're losing people. And I feel more connected to people, even if they're not posting every day. I still feel more connected to them, or like they're not going to get lost if they're on a page. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I really like that idea a lot, because a lot of the people are still staying in touch, but I feel like it's more controlled in touch if they're in a group.
Yeah. And another thing that would be beneficial as we start doing this kind of thing.
So would this basically be like a general health and fitness type group?
Yeah, it would be. Now mine, I'm still kind of torn as to what to do on mine. I think I'll probably end up switching it. The general group page that I've got is actually pregnancy and postpartum health and fitness, and that's already up and going, and people find it. So I kind of hate to mess with that. But yeah, so it might be slightly different. If you've got a really big niche that you want to focus on, I don't think there's any problem with making it more specific. Maybe yours is all gluten-free health and fitness. I don't think that I would necessarily not allow somebody in if they don't want to eat gluten-free, but maybe that is your thing. And I would say, don't be afraid of going with your thing and your niche. You know, don't be afraid of limiting yourself that way. But yeah, typically it's going to be, you know, just general health and fitness, because that's pretty much what we're doing.
So would you open that up where other people could add people into it themselves? Like if they have a friend that wants to join, they can just add their friend themselves.
I would, yeah. Because what that's doing is that setting them up to be my very next coach.
Right.
And then when they do a challenge pack, and then their friends start wanting one, then I'm going to be flipping them to a coach, and they're going to be taking their friends with them to their first group page.
Right. Well, it's what I was going to say is what I've seen in the past with that is the fact that you start getting other people's, how can I say this? Their
customers and stuff.
You start, yes, it kind of becomes a mess in a way, in a sense, because I've been in one, and
here's what I would do. I would require them to create a free Team Beachbody account on my site with my link with me as their coach in order to become a member of my free group.
I think you can set one of the privacy settings to where they have to request. Like they can add their friends, but it's not like an automatic, like it's a request.
Yeah, that's good. So would that be closed? Is that what that one would be?
I think that's a closed, but not private, right? Private, nobody but the person in charge can add. But I think, Nicole, a closed group, they have to request.
Yeah, I think
you can have them add their friends, but you can kind of look them up, or, you know, I don't know. That kind of puts you in a position to have to approve or deny people, but
I think that's okay. I mean, it's our group, and I don't plan to allow people that are Advocare reps into my group. I'm just not. That is my group. So
that's what I was wondering, if you're going to have people trying to push their products and their programs that they're doing or whatever, that's where it kind of gets kind of messy too. So what do you do in that instance?
I just remove them from the group. As soon as I see a post like that, because that's happened on my pregnancy and postpartum page, and it's usually some people that want to sell wraps, and as soon as they post, they're out of there. Usually I can see from their wall when I go to, because they have to request to join, right? So I go to their wall always. I always check their wall. If it's like a man from Saudi Arabia, he doesn't get added. If it's somebody that I can tell is a walk-in commercial, they don't get added. I just ignore the request, and then if they're a sneakster and get past that, and then they come into the group, then I delete their post and then remove them from the group. And then sometimes I'll just put out a quick apology, like, sorry guys, you know, I didn't realize that this person was going to spam our page, but they're gone.
I'm in a mom's running group, and one of the things that when I requested to join before they approve your request or whatever is that it's not a page for any kind of selling. Like the people it's just about accountability for running and training for 5Ks and 10Ks. And if you post anything that has to do with, for me, if I were to post a Beachbody post on there, or if somebody from Advocare or Wrap, or even if you were selling, you know, shoes, you know, that's not what that page is for. It's for accountability, just for running. And they'll post occasionally, especially as new people come in, hey, just a reminder, this group, if you get caught doing it, the first time you'll be asked nicely, but after that you're taken off. So
yeah, I think that's reasonable. I mean, it's our business. Questions, thoughts? Do you guys here's the first thing. Do you guys want us to continue the regular challenge group format for a couple of months or so, or forever?
I think we should pick one and decide to go with it. Otherwise it'll just get confusing.
My my only concern is just making sure that that all the new people have a confident, comfortable place to be, and that our current challengers understand what's happening. So like we would finish out the groups that we have currently going. Then what we could do is, if you guys know that you're going to say, like Kim, like she already knows that she's got a group essentially set up, and maybe she doesn't want to be in my group. Well, I can set up a group, and then if you guys want me to add you for the first 30 days, so we're all kind of walking through it together, that's fine. And then what I was looking for on my desk while you were talking, Christy, I put together just like a PDF of all different, probably like 35 different ideas for Shakeology posts within the challenge group page. So what I'm going to start doing, instead of having a day 1, here's my post, day 2, here's my post, day 3, because like to me, after doing that a couple months, I'm just tired of my own post. I'm tired of myself. I don't even want to see it anymore. So and I want to do video more because it connects with people better. I want to make sure that my posts are more timely and relevant with what people are going through at that very moment. And so basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to have I've got a sheet that is all Shakeology ideas. I'm going to have a sheet that's all funny ideas, you know, little funny sayings and pictures and graphics and stuff to insert some humor. I'm going to have a category of food and tips and tricks, you know, with all the 21-day fix type stuff. I'm going to have a category for the fitness, you know, like form and technique and weights and shoes and, you know, that kind of thing. So I'm just going to basically have kind of a brain dump list and then go through those over a period of 2 or 3 months. And okay, yeah, this looks like one that I would want to post about today because somebody just asked about that. Somebody just asked about snacks yesterday. So I'm going to pull out my snack post and I'm going to use that one for tomorrow. Does that make sense? So it's essentially, you know, more of like a checklist, like making sure that over the course of a month to 2 months to 3 months that I'm covering all of these things, because we have got to make sure that we're infusing these different categories, that we're infusing all the value that Shakeology is, but yet not leaving out the workout piece, or not leaving out, you know, oh, we haven't talked about water for 3 months. Maybe I should talk about water, you know? So instead of writing specific posts out for each and every person, I'm just going to have like a little tally checklist of the main topics that I want to touch on. So I'll be glad to share those. Like I said, I've got the Shakeology one done, and that would at least explain what the heck I'm talking about. Okay, so let's see. Renee, it's posted on the team page in the files. Did I don't think did I post that? Hold on. It was brand new. Brand new. Shakeology group post? Man, I'm good. Okay, yeah, and you're even better, Renee. Okay, so that's what that one is. And yeah. Other questions, concerns, thoughts? Do people want to be added to the one that I start for next month?
Yeah, I would.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, so here's what I'll do so that you guys would know. I will treat both, you know, my challengers and my coaches that are all coming into that group all at one time. I'll treat everybody as new challengers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then as you exit after the 30 days, you guys would actually exit, take your people with you and get out. No, then and if you want me to help you set up your page, if you want to add me, that's fine. I don't know, by then I don't think you would need me to, but that's an option. So then you would have gotten a feel for, okay, now I see how this is kind of flowing and working, and people are just, you know, in a way, it should be somewhat self-sustaining, because there's going to be a bigger number of people, and we will still be posting every day. Like if you've only got one group to post in, we can manage posting in one group.
I think that's a good idea too, because then when you have people like Beth who haven't quite got her to get over that fear of actually becoming a coach, but she keeps joining the groups. If we're not doing that, okay, day one post is always day one. Day two post is, I'm sure by now even she's kind of like knows what we're going to post.
Yeah.
But if we're rotating our posts once every 3 months, then it almost becomes new information, even to the person that's on their third month.
Yeah, for sure.
I've seen it.
Because they might be going through a different program, and so they could even read the same thing, but it means something different to them at that point.
It's like when you read the Bible and all of a sudden something you've read since you were a kid, you're like, that was like brand new news to me right that moment.
Well, and that's another reason why I really don't want, even for myself, I don't want to write out every post completely. I just want to have the topic so that when I say it that morning, when I write it, or even at the beginning of the week, let's say I'm going to schedule them for all week, which you could totally do. Let's say I'm going to schedule them. It's going to be fresh. And I know, more likely, it's just going to sound more like me coming out at that moment. And I think that means something to people. So anyway, I'm excited. I think it's going to really allow us to hopefully be adding more challengers and transferring more of those current challengers that we have into coaches, because they're going to see that all we're doing is just building a tribe of our friends. So, all right, well, we can continue the conversation on our team page and asking questions and that kind of thing, because the last thing I want is for somebody to feel out of the loop, or like, I don't really want to do this, but I really don't want to speak up on the team call and say I don't want to do it, So if you are one of those people, then message me and let's work it out and figure out what is best for you, because not all coaches do the same thing. That's very evident. So each of us has a different personality. And for me, like I said, I've just been trying so many different things over the last few years, and I just haven't found the one that's quite right. And I think we may be onto something here. So, all right. Well, thank you, gang. Let me double check the chat, make sure I've answered everything. Okay, good deal. Well, I'm going to hop off of here and talk to you guys soon.